Friends, welcome back to my channel Quest for Knowledge. Today we are going to discuss the summary of Happy Prince by Oscar Wilde. This is for the second semester BCom and BBA for the Bengaluru City University. Let's understand about the author. Oscar Wilde was an Irish writer. He was born on October 16, 1854 in Dublin. He was an author, playwright and poet. He was a popular literary figure in late Victorian England, known for his brilliant wit, flamboyant style. Let's understand about the story. The story The Happy Prince is about a prince. When the prince was alive, he was very happy. After his death, his big statue was erected on the pedestal, from where the statue of the prince could see the miseries of the people. That time he felt sorry for the poor people who were in such helpless and miserable condition. The theme of the story is that outward beauty is nothing. It is just superficial, fake. The real beauty consists of love and sacrifice. The story conveys the message of love and humanity. So, introduction. The Happy Prince by Oscar Wilde is the story of a statue which is covered with gold and precious ornaments, and the statue is at the highest point in the city, so that the statue is standing tall and overlooking the city. One day a swallow was passing by, takes a refuge under the statue. The swallow comes to know that the prince was not happy, he was sad. The main character of the story, Prince, was happy to give his possessions to the meek and to the less fortunate and to the poor people. Now, first of all, the swallow travels to Egypt. The story opens to the tale of Happy Prince. His sword had the ruby on its handle, sapphire on eyes. It means it was completely loaded with precious metals like gold and diamonds, and delicate leaves of gold covering the entire body. The town people admired the warmth and beauty of the statue. Once in the springtime in the town, a group of swallow, the birds, had moved. The migratory bird swallow had moved from one location to travel to Egypt. One swallow was left behind. He was in love with the most beautiful reed. He had met her early while flying down the river after a big yellow moth, and had been so attracted by her slender waist that he had stopped to talk to her. Their romance lasted through that summer. The heartbroken swallow started making plans to rejoin his friends. How can the happy prince be sad? The prince asked the swallow to take care of a duty for him. He's gonna allot certain chore for him. The prince has seen a poor seamstress with an ill son who can afford nothing to alleviate his pain. So he urges the swallow to take the ruby from his sword and deliver it to the woman. The swallow agree and deliver and decide to stay with the prince for another night. His good deed is keeping him warm. He is liking it. The next day the swallow is ready to leave, but the prince asks him to stay. There is another hopeless person who needs his help. This time it's hungry young man. The prince tells the swallow to pluck out one of his sapphire eyes and take it and give it to the man. The following night he asks the swallow to pluck out his remaining eye and deliver it to another poor girl who is trying to sell matches on the street. The swallow performs all the duties which is being allotted by the prince. The mayor of the city decide to melt the gold, because as now the statue is looking ugly, because all the precious ornament one by one is given to the poor people, so that the mayor of the city decide to melt that gold and to form his own statue. And so that the people, the member of the corporation, they do not agree with the mayor. They start to quarrel that the statue must be theirs. The heartbroken workmen do not melt the statue. The statue is instead thrown in the heap of dust. where the dead swallow was lying. So, as the dead swallow was lying, because it was a migratory bird and it came for the summers and it has to leave before the winter comes. But due to the warmth of the prince, he stayed. He wanted to stay. He took the decision to stay with the prince. But as the winter comes, the swallow, not able to manage the cold weather, so that he died. And so the statue was also thrown where the dead swallow was lying. God ordered his angels to bring back the most precious things from the earth. The angel brought him the leaden heart and the dead bird. The God said that his angel had rightly chosen the bird and the prince. The God says, from then on the bird shall sing in the garden of paradise, and happy prince shall praise him. So this is the wonderful story of the happy prince. When he was alive, he was very happy, but he didn't able to see the helplessness and poverty, and he was not helpful to the poor. But once his statue was made, and when he was about to see the city, that time he realized how and all we could have helped the poor and helpless people, and especially the unfortunate people. And he takes the help of a swallow, a bird, a migratory bird, and he completes the task to help the poor. And see, when you help other, you are the most precious and the beautiful thing on earth and on heaven. So that is what we learn here, that we need to make our world a better place to live in by letting others to live. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you found my videos helpful, do like, share and subscribe, and comment your suggestion in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching.